Hello, everybody, and welcome to my channel. Um, Today is going to be a video where I'm doing a reading. I'm going to do a card reading. I've pulled four cards from different decks from the collective for the collective, and I think we'll just kind of dive right into it. And I'm just going to start out by going through my process. So, as you know, I do a lot of journaling, and when I journal, I do pull cards and I write about like what's going on in the cards. So this morning, I decided that I wanted to do something for the collective, and so I pulled cards in the intention that I would get a message for the collective, for humanity. And by doing so, what I normally do is I'll pull the cards, and then each card has a number associated to it. And then I'll add up the numbers and go through the numerology of all of the numbers of all of the cards together. And then I go through all of that first, and then I will tell you what I feel like each card means. So just to let you know kind of what my processes are. And so today I picked four cards. The first card I picked was Roots. And it's from my I'll go through when I do singly, I'll let you know which card deck they're from. And then the next card that I chose was Sacred Mountain from the Lemurian Star Child deck. Let me see if I turn the light down, see if that helps. Does that help a little bit? Um, so you can see the actual card, Sacred Mountain. And then I drew this other one upside down, which in this deck, it's a shamanic deck. And in this deck, when you turn it upside down and reverse, it means something different than if you pull it right side up. And so it was the Serpent card upside down. And then I have this fractal deck of cards. This was called Nectar of Life, number 32. So I'm going to turn my light back on again. And I need to put my cards in order as I go through. So first of all, we'll go with the numerology. Now I have everything written down because I tend to kind of like forget what I'm saying. And like when I'm bringing this messages through, I do a lot of writing and to bring it together. So just bear with me if you see me looking at my notes. It's just because I have to look at the notes because they go with what I have been writing. So let's start with the number 128. The spiritual number of 128 revolves around positive manifestation, abundance, and spiritual growth, often suggesting a period of transition where one door closes and another beneficial one opens. It signifies the importance of maintaining a positive mindset to align with the universe for success and to consider spiritually based careers. Additionally, the number relates to themes of family, faith, and blessing and is found in the Psalm 128. So when I was looking at that, because I always look up the spiritual meaning of the number and it came through like that, I was like, what does Psalm 128 mean? And how does that kind of go along with what we're doing? So I looked at the Psalm 128 and realized it was worded to create conformity in the old paradigm societies. Psalm 128 comes from a cultural setting where blessings was often expressed in terms of family, prosperity, and labor. But when we translate its heart into the vision of New Earth society, a world without fear, coercion, or the idea that we must earn blessing through toil, it opens into a more expansive meaning. So while we're shifting from the old paradigm to the new earth, the old earth paradigm, the conditional blessing, the original Psalm 128, The blessing appears tied to fear of God, understood as reverent and obedience. Like that's what you're meant to get by that. You're meant to obey, right? And work is the condition for provision. So eat the fruit of your labor is what it says in the Psalm. And then social order often reinforced control. Blessings was something bestowed if one complied. So that's the way that it was written in the Bible. But the new earth paradigm, as we're shifting into that, is an inherent blessing, not a conditional blessing. So blessings flow not from fear, but from union with love and of love slash the source. Reverence becomes joy, not obligation. Provision is not conditional on toil, but recognized as abundance woven into creation. Work becomes expression, artistry, service, not survival. And then family and community are not hierarchical. I can't say the word. Hierarchical. Are hierarchical. I can't say that word. Hierarchical units, but okay, let me read that sentence again. Family and community are not hierarchical units, but circles of belonging, each member flourishing in their natural essence. So, reframing Psalm 128 for the new earth, the part that says, Blessed is everyone who fears the Lord, we can change that to blessed is everyone who lives in alignment with love and truth. Blessings is intrinsic, not earned. And then the line that says, You shall eat the fruit of the labor of your hands. And the new meaning for the new earth would be, You will enjoy the fruit of your natural gifts and passions, freely expressed. No exploitation, no scarcity, just co creation. And then the line that says, Your wife like a fruit vine, children like olive shoots. The new way is relationships become gardens of joy, creativity, and regeneration. The family expands to include soul families, communities, all beings. And then the line, May you see your children's children, is a vision of generational wholeness, sustainable living where future generations inherit peace, not burden. And then the line, the Lord bless you from Zion, prosperity of Jerusalem. Its meaning in the new earth is collective blessing, a society rooted in sacred wholeness where peace flows outward into the community, the earth itself, and beyond. Okay, so how this fits into New Earth society. No fear. Instead of fearing divine punishment, people live in reverence and love, guided by inner knowing. No control. Blessing isn't handed down by an authority. It flows from source, not naturally available to all. No reward for labor system. No reward for labor system. That's what that one. Work Work shifts from survival labor to soul expression. Abundance arises through cooperation with the earth and each other. Blessings as a state of being. Rather than striving for eternal reward, blessing is recognized as our natural birthright, a vibration we embody and radiate. Okay, so in the New Earth context, Psalm 128 isn't about work hard and God might bless you. It becomes a vision of families and communities flourishing in harmony with Source, where blessings is the natural state of life. So I decided to rewrite Psalm 128 with a more New Earth vision or meaning. I changed it to a New Earth rendering of Psalm 128, translating its essence into a language of love, harmony, and inherent blessing, free of fear or conditional reward. So let me read you the new version for the new earth version of Psalm 128. Blessed is everyone who walks in the flow of love, who lives in harmony with the song of creation. You will delight in the fruits of your gifts, for what you create in joy returns to you in joy. Abundance surrounds you, and all is well. Your home is a garden of peace. Your beloved is like a vine of laughter and beauty. Your children and soul family are like olive shoots, ever green, ever growing, and circling you with renewal. See this as the natural blessing of all who dwell in alignment with love. May Source bless you from the heart of all that is. May you witness harmony blossoming across the earth. May you see generations living in wholeness, and may peace embrace every being forever. The reframing holds the same imagery of vines, olives, and community, but instead of reward for labor or fear of God, it speaks of joyful co creation, unconditional abundance, and collective harmony. Okay, so that's all about the number 128, which actually went with this like psalm from the Bible that I needed to actually rewrite. Because as soon as I started looking up that verse in the Bible, I thought this is all about control and being obedient and working really hard in order to like get the fruits of your labor kind of thing. And I know that when we're moving into this new earth way of living, that's not the way that we are told that it's going to be happening. It's supposed to flow easily. Things are supposed to manifest easily. We're not meant to like work ourselves to the bone kind of thing to survive. Okay, so now I'm going to go through the cards and I'm going to try to hold them up. This one, I don't know if they're coming out where you can read the words 43 roots. Okay, we now move to the first card. 43 roots from the Izzy Ivy Unveiling the Golden Age deck of cards. See, when my arm was broken a few years back, and now I have a hard time holding this one arm up, but this is like my dominant hand. So let's see if I can do better when I hold this one up. Okay. Um, this card speaks on how it's time to release something that no longer serves you, to take the steps necessary to tune in, let go of what is unhelpful, and return yourself to wholeness. It signifies that it is time to let something go or walk away from what is no longer serving your highest good. It could be something that brought you happiness in the past is no longer a fit for you, or perhaps you accumulated unhelpful habits over time. Either way, it's time to cut ties and release something. For some for some of you, they may be nudged to quit a job or move, while others who are resisting the change that they need may find themselves forced in letting it all go, as it might be that they walk into work one day and are let go, or their rented accommodation gets sold and they need to leave and find a new place to live. Whatever it is, it may be that this way of life no longer serves what you desire to create in your reality. Okay. When we are forced to make changes and do not let go willingly, it can relate to a part of you that is missing. When you experience the trauma of the situation, you are forced into your energetic body. A piece of you goes missing, unnoticed over time. It affects the physical body, and illness ensues. If you want to fix this, there is an aspect of shamanic healing called recapitulation, where the missing part of a soul fragment is found and returned to the person. It is important to do this if you find yourself being forced to let go of something that no longer serves your highest best. even when you have no idea what to do next. If these pieces are not reintegrated, other unwelcome energies take residence in their absence. When this occurs, we may find ourselves experiencing limitation, discomfort, apathy, and negative thoughts that are not yours. You feel drained of energy, especially when reminded of trauma. Even with awareness, releasing it can still be hard because the subconscious attachments that we develop over time. This card asks you to tune into issues you may be avoiding that are subconsciously governing you and may play more of a pivotal role than you realize. I'm just gonna stop putting this up over my face. Be honest with what arises. Allow yourself to release emotions when appropriate. This could mean shouting, screaming, crying about unfairness. This is healthy. It's healthy not to hold back and pretend life is all butterflies, unicorns, and rainbows. Sometimes in order to heal, we must first allow ourselves to speak out about how we truly feel in order to release it. We are told that our words have power and that we should be careful on how they are used. But during the healing process, we sometimes need to vent and say life is not always fair. It is important during the healing process to allow yourself to release your true emotion and then after it's complete, then the healing can begin. It may seem counterintuitive to what we know about manifestation and how words have power, but as long as you do not dwell in anger and frustration for too long, it is an important it is an important step into the healing process. And now, I just want to talk a little bit about what happens sometimes when I am holding space in like some of my group healing environments. So I sometimes find when holding space in a group healing environment, some will chime in during a time when a person is expressing their true feelings around what they are feeling and stopping them or making them feel like in that moment they need to check their words. That just drives me insane because I know that for the healing process, when you're in a situation like that, I know that it's important for that person to be able to speak how they're truly feeling. This is not the time to tell someone who is expressing pain and frustration to tell them they must not say how they feel and that rainbows and butterflies are flowing out of their ass. Okay? It's just not the time to be doing it. People need to express in order to heal, and it's counterintuitive to only express positive emotions when they are in a crisis situation. When holding space for someone in this type of situation, the worst thing you can do is tell them your words are what you manifest. You need to allow each other to express their true feelings so they can release it. Then, after it's released, you can regroup, rethink your next course of action, and that is the time for positive affirmations. When you are ready to let go of the emotions that no longer serve you, you can then dust yourself off, pick yourself back up, and figure out a new direction or path. This is when the positive words will help you manifest your new reality. So I just wanted to, that kind of came up while I started when I was kind of channeling this card. Um, all of that information comes up. So right now I feel like I'm just like reading to you, but really this is kind of what I wrote as I was looking at the card. And it's easier for me to be able to just type it all out so that I can then express it in the video so I don't forget what I wanted to say about it. Okay, and so then we come across the next card. It's from the Lemurian Star Child deck, and it's number 7, Sacred Mountain. So I'm going to try to get that to kind of, it's very hard to see because in my with my lighting. Let's see if I can get that to go a little bit better. Sacred Mountain. I don't know if I need to hold it up the whole time. I think it might be easier for me to, because you're not going to see it when I have the, no, I totally don't see nothing when I have that. So I'm just going to turn my lighting down. It just means that my eyes look darker and stuff. So, this card is about a possible vision quest, clarity and truth, and deep healing. It suggests to do this, one must go on a quest up the sacred mountain to release the baggage and the pain of the wounded bird, to get clarity on our own inner truth and desires for our future in order to receive deep healing. Many of us are being held back in our old ways because of fear or possible fear of change. Our heart really wants to move into the new earth and our or the golden age. Like, well, we really want to do this and live a high vibrational life. But our wounded bird, our victim mentality, might be stopping us from fully moving into the person we desire to become. Hold on, my dog. It seems to, I gotta make sure that he's gotten out of the area. Get the doggy back to where he needed to go. We instead hold on to living our life the way we always have, or make excuses as to why we can't evolve and or like why make excuses as to why we can't evolve and others can, like somebody else can. Like saying to ourselves, we can never have abundance in our life because of where we live or where we work or the family class we're in. The poor me attitude is saying how unfair everything is. Sometimes, in order to flip it on its head, we will need to take time out and redirect, releasing the poor me wounded bird. So this card suggests time out if you're feeling this way to go on a vision quest and undergo deep healing. I do have an energetic procedure I channeled when I was going through this myself, and I think it's time to share this with you all today. It helps you to unlock the chambers of your heart using sacred geometry of the Tree of Life. And for those of you who feel ready to finally release this wounded bird mentality in your life, to fully unlock your heart from possibly you yourself locking it up and throwing away the key for protection so that you're not hurt. If you want to truly become a creator of your own reality and begin to live your life fully from your heart in service to humanity, I think that I'm going to tack this energetic procedure, onto the end of this video. So I only want the people to listen to that part if you're ready to let go of that. And if you're not in a place where you're not ready to go do that, it's perfectly okay. Take what resonates and let the rest fall away. But I thought it would be helpful since it came up into this card, to add that onto the end of this video. You're only to do it when you're ready to let go of the wounded bird. And during their procedure, you will create a new vow to yourself that will no longer allow the wounded bird to take over your life. And I think it's important for me to go over the vow now so that you know what you'll be undergoing in this procedure. Vows are not to be taken lightly, and for some, we have vowed in our past lives vows of chastity, poverty, and other vows that are bound to our soul. It is important to understand any vow you make to yourself to make sure you are doing so for your highest best. This way you know before you take this new vow if it feels right to your soul and keeps you sovereign. So I thought it would be only I needed to kind of tell you that ahead of time because in the middle of the procedure, you will be taking a new vow to yourself, and it's all about like, it's all about letting go of things. So, this is the vow comes out. I willingly take on the task of opening my heart to peace, love, joy, happiness, worthiness, and abundance for the rest of my incarnate life on earth until I take my last breath or choose to begin again. What I mean by that is until you take your last breath and die, or maybe you begin in a new form of yourself. So that's what I kind of what's what I meant. Like, because some people are not going to actually go through the death and dying process when they move into the new earth. Some people are actually going to shift and just begin again in the same body, but a more crystalline, etheric body. Okay. So I know that nothing can stop me from living my best life except my thoughts and my actions. My life is full of endless, magical moments and possibilities, and I choose to consciously live my life for the highest good, with the greater truth that takes the destiny of all into account. I ask my spiritual guidance team and my higher self to be the guarantors of my good faith and to ensure that the direction I embark on will serve the greater good. So that's basically asking your spiritual guidance team to make sure that they help you keep this vow. Okay. Um, I agree that once this oath is sealed, I will no longer walk through life feeling unworthy of taking up space or letting any external forces take my opportunities or abundance away. Under universal law, nothing can stop me from exercising my free will. It is sealed. It is sealed. So it is. So that is the vow that's taken during that procedure. And I can tell you, you don't have to do this again. You don't have to ever do this again. It's kind of like a one thing, you unlock your heart, but you have to be ready to do this. You have to be really ready and truly ready to let go of that poor me, wounded bird attitude, where you feel like everything is unfair and everybody else seems to get good things and I don't. That kind of attitude, because you are the creator of your own reality. I am the creator, you're the creator. We're all the creators of our own reality. And once you step past that wounded bird, then you realize that you're the only one that's stopping you. And so it's a very important and it's a very powerful procedure. So if you do want to do that, I really recommend that you do that. Ever since I did it, because I used to always feel sorry for myself and why this it's not fair. Everybody else gets ahead and I don't and all this kind of stuff. Um, so yeah, it really has helped me move forward. Okay, so the next card came upside down, but I think I might turn it right side up just so well, that's called the Serpent. Okay. So this card is from the Mystical Shaman Oracle and it was pulled upside down. It's number 46, the Serpent. And when you shed the past gracefully, life will not strip it away with great drama. Indeed, that is something you want to avoid. Do not use your energies to seduce others or allow yourself to be seduced, even by your own ideas. And so I wanted to even break it down even more. And so I created kind of like a little bit of a collective message around the serpent card being reversed. So the serpent comes to remind us of the cycles of shedding and renewal. When she appears upside down, she whispers of what happens when we resist this process. When you shed the past gracefully, life does not need to strip it from you through drama or chaos. But when you cling to old skins, old identities, attachments, or illusions, the release becomes more turbulent than it needs to be. For the collective, this is a call to conscious shedding. Humanity is at the threshold of releasing outdated systems, control, fear, manipulation, reward, and punishment paradigms. If we resist and grip too tightly, the shedding will feel like destruction. If we surrender and release with trust, the transformation becomes graceful and liberating. The serpent reverse also warns, do not use your energy to seduce or be seduced. This means we must be vigilant about illusions, whether they come from external sources, leaders, media, institutions like that, or from within, our own fantasies, ego driven ideas. Um, do not be seduced by your own ideas. Collectively, this speaks to releasing dogma and self created myths that no longer serve you. Even our most cherished beliefs must sometimes shed their skin so that truth can be revealed more clearly. I just had this kind of happen to me after the last video when I had a client come in and she was talking about her kind of like vision of like the new earth. And it made me come to realize that I no longer believe like somewhat of the what the other spiritual some of the people in the spiritual community believe as far as like how we're moving into the new earth. I have like a totally different idea of how this move into the new earth might exist. I am not going to push my thoughts onto you. I'm just trying to say that I don't believe there's going to be some kind of flash event that's going to kind of blow us up, and some people are going to go and some people aren't, and you have to make all these decisions, and there's like a lot of like fear-based things going on, and people are saying, oh, like you're going to get stuck in the old one if you don't do what you need to do, and all this crap. Okay, like I believe that we're just shifting into a new way of living and that it's going to gradually grow. We're going to start living a little bit more off grid. We're going to start taking care of ourselves. We're going to start growing our own food, using our own homeopathic medicines, um, learning how to preserve our food. Because, like, we're not going to go, I don't believe we're going to go, like, one day all of a sudden this big flash thing is going to happen. And all of a sudden we're like in these, like, etheric light body translucent beings that live off from light. I believe that there's going to be some kind of like a steady, slow transition to that. And so just try to be mindful and not to get seduced by the ideas of what some other people in the spiritual community are saying is going to happen. In the context of the spiritual community, the serpent's medicine applies not only to the world at large, but also within spiritual circles. Many in the New Age and awakening communities speak of flash events, sudden dramatic ascensions, or the splitting of worlds, where some will rise and others will be left behind. While these stories are often born from a longing for transformation, they are also forms of seduction. They captivate by offering secret knowledge or by stirring fear. What if I don't make it? What if I'm left behind? That's the way you feel when these people start giving these predictions. The serpent reveals that these narratives are not the truth of love. They are fear in disguise. They echo the old paradigm of hierarchy, judgment, and control, the very skins we are meant to shed. So, if something feels, and I had a friend who used to say, if it doesn't feel like it came from love, then don't go there. Like if it doesn't feel like love, don't go there. Like if someone's trying to kind of spin a yarn and weave something um into you, like to make you like seduce you into thinking that you have to do something, go to take their course, that only their way of doing things is going to get you to the new earth. I would run a mile. Okay. So the true new earth, no one is left behind. The new earth is not exclusive. It does not divide by the worthy from the unworthy or are embraced in this great cycle of renewal. So basically, it's like if you don't take somebody's course and they're trying to make you think that you have to take their course or else you're going to get left behind. That's not going to happen. No one's going to get left behind. And just because you didn't pay somebody some money or whatever, or take their course or whatever, doesn't mean that you are still don't have a chance to move to this, okay? The new earth is not a single event. It is not a flash, I can't say this word, a catastrophe, or a date circled on a calendar. It is an unfolding reality, a frequency being embodied here and now. Fear has no place in ascension. Anyone teaching that instills dread, pressure, or anxiety is still rooted in the old paradigm. Love is the only single true guide. Grace, not drama. Just as the serpent sheds her skin quietly and naturally, humanity is invited to release what no longer serves without clinging to visions of collapse or crisis. Okay. Um, and so then I wanted to close out with this whole serpent card. The serpent is asking us to discern, where are we being seduced by fear wrapped in spiritual language? You need to ask yourself this. Where are we gripping the idea that awakening must be dramatic or exclusive? And thirdly, can we instead trust the gentle rhythm of renewal already alive within us? The new earth is not a prize to be won or a destination to reach. It is a frequency you carry within you. No one is left behind, and for all are embraced in the great shedding. The only choice is whether you release with grace or with struggle. You have a choice. It might be best to choose grace. Okay, so that was that card. And now we have the last one. I love these cards. This is called the Nectar of Life. It's number 32. It's from the Divine Guidance Fractal Art Oracle deck. This is like one of my oldest Oracle decks that I've ever had. I love these cards. It's by a lady named Lee Carol Harnish. I don't even know if she even still makes these cards. She's from Canada. And she has like three decks of cards. And this one is from one of them. And I love these cards. And I always draw one of these fractal cards. So this one is about Nectar of Life, okay? So this, excuse me. So this card reminds us that we work we work so hard and we are definitely to be commended for our efforts. This card is asking us to slow down a little, just slow down a little and enjoy the simple things in life. Spend some quality time to embrace life and some of the things you honestly enjoy. Life is not always about ascension and evolving into new earth community. We are here to enjoy life or we enjoy life or our friends and our family. Focus your energy on activities and things that bring you true pleasure. Taste the sweetness that life has to offer. Feel empowered to pollinate and fertilize your dreams. So I just wanted to go a little bit deeper on this card. This card, Nectar of Life, comes as both a blessing and a reminder. It acknowledges how much effort we as individuals and as a collective have poured into healing, awakening, and preparing for the new earth. We have been diligent, focused, and committed, and this is to be commended. Yet Spirit now whispers, pause and taste a little bit of sweetness in your life. This card asks us to slow down, to step back from striving, and to remember that life is not only about ascension, transformation, or building the future. It's also about joy in the present moment. We are not here simply to perfect ourselves. We are here to live, to love, to laugh, and to savor. Simple pleasures. The nectar of life reminds us that renewal and nourishment are found in the small things. A shared meal, laughter with friends, the scent of flowers in bloom, the touch of loved one's hand. These are not distractions from the path. They are the path. The honey of the heart. Just as bees gather nectar to create honey, we are invited to gather moments of delight to create sweetness in our souls. These joys become the nourishment that sustains us through the greater work of transformation. Without joy, the journey becomes dry and heavy. With joy, it becomes radiant. Pollinate your dreams. This card carries an empowering message. When you allow yourself to enjoy life fully, you become more magnetic and fertile for your own dreams. Pleasure is not indulgence. It's creative energy. By savoring life, you naturally spread pollen into the world, planting seeds of possibility that will bloom in divine timing. And then the last part of this card, balance of being and becoming. Nectar of Life teaches balance. Yes, we are evolving, building new societies, and aligning with the frequencies of love. But we are also humans in bodies, living on earth, meant to experience her delights, joy, connection, and play are not separate from spiritual evolution. Play is not separate from spiritual evolution. Play is the heartbeat of it. So, I do have a little bit of transmission that I would like to, that I wrote down. It kind of came through with this card. The Nectar of Life card is a reminder. I'm going to pull it up. The Nectar of Life card is a reminder that the earth is not only a vision of the future, it's found in every sweet moment we allow ourselves to fully live. Taste the nectar. Laugh with your beloved ones. Allow yourself to be nourished by joy. In doing so, you empower the blossoming of your dreams and the collective dream of our world reborn in love. So that brings us down to the end of this video. Before we go forward, after I'm just going to kind of like sum up the different cards and what kind of came through today. And then after I'm done with this, I'm going to say goodbye, and then I'm going to just add the Unlock Your Heart procedure. So if you do not want to do the Unlock Your Heart procedure, you don't have to keep watching. But if you do want to try it out and see how it can help you, then by all means, it's there for you. So in this reading, Spirit reminded us that we are standing in a time of great transition. The number 128 set the tone, calling us into positive manifestation, abundance, and the courage to embrace the blessings of New Earth. Not through toil or fear, but through alignment with love and the natural flow of creation. The Roots card. Well, I hold it up as I go. The Roots card asked us to release what no longer serves us. So let go of attachments that keep us fragmented and to allow healing through honest expression and soul reclamation. I can't say that word. Reclamation. Soul reclamation. I don't know what that word means. Now that I've got it written down, I don't even know if that is a word. I don't know why I wrote that. Reclaiming our soul. I don't think there's a word called reclamation. It's about expressing and reclaiming your soul. Okay. Um, the sacred mountain. Sometimes when I look back at what I read, or what I write, I have no idea what I write, why I write that. Okay. The Sacred Mountain card invited us to step away from victimhood and fear and instead embark on a personal vision quest, a climb toward clarity, truth, and deep heart opening. This prepares us to fully embody our role as conscious creators of our reality. And if you choose, you can go on this Unlock Your Heart procedure and do this. It's like a vision. It is like a vision quest up the sacred mountain. And then the Serpent card reversed reminded us that transformation can be graceful when we surrender and allow old skins to fall away. If we cling to outdated beliefs, fears, or seductive illusions, the shedding may feel turbulent. But when we choose trust, we discover renewal without drama, fear, or exclusion. And then finally, I love this card. The Nectar of Life brought us home to joy. It urged us to pause, breathe, and taste the sweetness of life. To honor laughter, connection, and simple pleasures, because joy is not separate from ascension. It is the very nectar that sustains it. And together, these messages weave a powerful truth. Release what no longer serves. Climb into your clarity. Shed old skins with grace. And remember to savor the sweetness of life. This is how we embody the new earth. Not as a far off destination, but as a vibration we live in every moment. And this comes to the end, and I'm just going to do this before I put the thing on. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. Share this video and others who may benefit and explore my book. My book is called Bringing Forward a New Golden Age of Miracles, a guide filled with tools to alchemize the mind, body, and light body as we step into this miraculous age together. So I hope that you resonated with this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. And I hope that you like this procedure. Please let me know in the comments. It will really help me going forward. This channel is very new, and it would be very helpful if you just didn't only subscribe, but to leave a message in the comments. And if you're seeing this on Facebook, please make a message in the comments on the YouTube channel to help my YouTube channel algorithm, to help the algorithm start moving so that people will start seeing my videos in YouTube a little bit more frequently. And I would appreciate that a lot. It would really help me out. So I will send you off with love. And next week, we're going to have another video on, I'm going to do a crystal gazing video next week. And it's a crystal gazing video for the collective. So keep on a lookout for that. And I release a video every Sunday. So it'll be there for you. And please subscribe to my channel. And also, just to let you know, if you're seeing this on Heart-Based Living with Robin Nicole, that is my other channel. The one that I'm trying to get people to subscribe in is Bringing Forward a New Golden Age of Miracles. That is the one where I'm trying, because that is my brand new channel, and that's the one that's going to have all of the content going forward in the future, and the other channel I might be dropping. So I just wanted to let you know that that would be the one that I would like you to subscribe to. Sending you all so much love. I hope you enjoy the procedure. Welcome to the Unlock Your Heart procedure. This procedure is not to be used unless you are ready to let go of any darkness or victim mentality. It is to be used to let go of the wounded bird and unworthiness wounds. It is for those who have locked up their heart and thrown away the key for protection of not being hurt in the future. One must know that once they agree to unlock their heart fully, it is a sacred soul covenant that cannot easily be reversed. If you are ready to release the old soul contract that no longer serves your highest best, then this procedure is perfect for you. This only needs to be done once to activate and unlock the 3 chambers of the heart for you to fully experience a new beginning full of potential. Allow yourself to get comfortable as possible. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Take a deep breath in and let it out. In front of you is the opening of a pathway at the bottom of a sacred mountain. The path is windy, and you carry with you an old bag from the past. As you walk up the mountain on this path to the top, you find the old bag from the past feels very heavy. As you walk, you begin to release the baggage that is holding you down, not allowing you to move forward to your best possible life. As you get about a quarter of the way up the hill, you reach into your bag. Your hand comes into contact with a large gold coin. This coin represents the wound you hold around unworthiness of abundance in your life. As you feel the coin and rub it together in your fingertips, there are deep scratches embedded on the coin. These indentations or scratches represent the way you think and feel about yourself, of your unworthiness to create a life filled with abundance in all directions, that you are not enough, or you never have enough money, always pinching pennies to survive. When you are ready to finally let go of this unworthiness around abundance, this mentality, you have an opportunity now to drop the coin and let this wound fully go. Take a deep breath in and let it out. In a moment, I will count down from 3 down to 1. When you get to the number 1, you will place the coin onto the mountain path, knowing that as you do, you consciously let go of your unworthiness around abundance, and you deserve to take up space in this world just as much as anyone else. You deserve to dream big, knowing you always have enough. You always are enough, and you have enough abundance and energy to live your best life. Get ready. Here we go. Counting down. 3, grab the coin. 2, give it a kiss. 1, let it down. Set it down. Drop it on the floor of the mountain path, releasing, letting go, feeling lighter than you have in a very long time. As you walk up the mountain pathway, you reach the halfway point. You reach into your bag. Your hand touches a wounded bird. The bird feathers are falling out, and it seems to have a broken wing. The bird represents your poor me, victim mentality wound. The part of you that feels like you never get a break. You never get to do what you love because everyone is against you. You begin to realize that this mentality no longer serves your highest best. And actually, according to universal law, you have the power to manifest anything you desire. But this poor me attitude is getting in the way. This feeling of being rejected by others, or never fitting in, or that everyone is against you, is stopping you from creating and manifesting the best possible life. You have the power to fulfill your needs. There is no one stopping you from living your best life, except your thoughts and the way you look at the world. Sometimes you may have to be willing to be uncomfortable for a while. Make changes in the way you live your life, downsize in order to accomplish your goals, or do some work to get you where you want or desire to go. Change your thought patterns, telling yourself anything is possible. The world is my oyster. No one outside of yourself is stopping you. Are you ready to let go of the wounded bird? No longer using the excuse that you are a victim of circumstances. Take a deep breath in and let it out. In a moment, I will count down from 3 down to 1, and when you get to the number 1, you will place the wounded bird into a nest located in the tree beside you on the mountain path, knowing that as you do, you consciously let go of the poor me attitude, the victim, the one who never gets a break in life. You desire to live a life full of endless possibilities and magical moments, where you create and manifest into your life without expectations or desired outcomes, knowing that you have a higher self team that will show you how anything is possible. All you need to do is follow the breadcrumbs and take action when you are shown direction from your inner compass. Listen and learn how to navigate through your life. Are you ready? Here we go. Counting down. 3. Place the bird in your hands. 2. Tell the bird all is well. 1. Let the bird fly up into the nest, into the tree beside you on the path, releasing, letting go, feeling lighter than you have in a very long time. Take a deep breath in and let it out. You now are ready to walk to the top of the sacred mountain. As you climb to the summit, you come to a ladder. This ladder brings you to the steepest point. Go ahead and climb the ladder. As you reach the top, you find a very large, sacred geometric grid in the shape of the tree of life. It is laid out sideways like a board game. There are 11 points starting at the base of the tree. Before you go over to the crystal tree of life grid, you are taken over to a campfire. and all of your spiritual team is with you, like a council of your soul. You sit down with them on a log, and your team begins to tell you a story about something very important that happened in your life. The time you decided to lock your heart up for good and throw away the key. You did this for protection, and after experiencing too many painful lifetimes, the team is now telling you the story for you to remember why you did this and why you requested they not help you find the key until you are ready again. They show you what occurred and why you chose to lock your heart. Take a moment for your spiritual team to tell you the story. Now that you remember how and why you locked your heart and threw away the key, are you ready to take the steps to uncover the key and begin to unlock the chambers one by one, knowing that if you choose to do so, you will create a new soul covenant, one that will be difficult to turn away from? If so, if you're ready, place your hand on your heart and repeat after me. I willingly take on the task of opening my heart to peace, love, joy, happiness, worthiness, and abundance. For the rest of my incarnate life on the earth, until I take my last breath or decide to begin again. Knowing that nothing can stop me going forward and living my best life. Accept my thoughts and actions. My life is full of endless magical moments and possibilities. I choose to consciously live my life for the highest best with the greater truth that takes the destiny of all into account. I ask my spiritual guidance team and my higher self to come to the table as guarantor of the good faith of all. And to ensure that the direction I embark on will be for the greater good. I agree that once this oath is sealed, that I can no longer walk around feeling unworthy, of taking up space in this world, or maintain a sense of any outside forces taking my opportunities and abundance away. For under universal law, nothing can stop me from free will. It is sealed, so it is. As you start to remove your hand from your heart, your higher self hands you a key. You take the key and move onto the Tree of Life grid, starting at the point at the base of the tree. As you enter the grid, there are a series of 11 points. Each point connects to the next, and each point there is a door with a lock on it. You are to go to each doorway and unlock the door. When all 11 doors are open, you will have successfully opened your heart. Go ahead and unlock the first door. Turn the key, grab the handle, and walk through. The next 4 points represent the first chamber of the heart chakra. They are all green doorways, which represent the green ray. The first chamber is all about stimulating the emotion of love. As you walk through to each doorway, you will open your heart up to the possibility of healing thyself, no longer putting it in the hands of another. As we move through the doorways, we continue healing and spiritually evolving, open to release our inner shadows and mastering our lower self. You begin to fully engage your physical, mental, and spiritual experiences, ultimately nurturing and connecting deeply to nature and our spiritual guidance system, and begin utilizing your ability to heal thyself. As we move through the next 4 doorways, you will open the connection to work with your inner compass and learn to navigate by truly understanding the way your higher self sees, senses, and feels. So you no longer feel the need to get direction from outside sources who do not have your highest best interests at heart. In a moment, you will walk through and unlock each doorway of your first chamber of your heart. When they are unlocked, you will have the ability to continue to work and master your lower self. Step over to the first green doorway. This is the doorway to your physical connection. In a moment, I will count down from 3 down to 1. When I get to the number 1, you will have unlocked this doorway to your physical connection. 3. Place the key in the lock. 2. Turn the key. 1. Open the door and walk through, realizing you now have a deep connection to your physical self, starting to feel self-empowered and ready to actively stand in your power and take on a leading role as a conscious creator. Step over to the second green doorway. This is the doorway to your mental connection. In a moment, I will count down from 3 down to 1. When I get to the number 1, you will have unlocked this doorway to your mental connection. Here we go. 3. Place the key in the lock. 2. Turn the key. 1. Open the door and walk through, realizing you now have a deep connection to your mental self, starting to feel self-empowered and ready to actively stand in your power and take on a leading role as a conscious creator. Now step over to the third green doorway. This is the doorway to your spiritual connection. In a moment, I will count down from 3 down to 1. When I get to the number 1, you will have unlocked this doorway to your spiritual connection. 3. Place the key in the lock. 2. Turn the key. 1. Open the door and walk through, realizing you now have a deep connection to your spiritual self, starting to feel self-empowered and ready to actively stand in your power and take on a leading role as a conscious creator. You're doing great. Step over to the 4th door and final green door. This is the doorway to open you up to self-healing. In a moment, I will count down from 3 down to 1, and when I get to the number 1, you will have unlocked this doorway to have the ability to heal thyself. 3. Place the key in the lock. 2. Turn the key. 1. Open the door and walk through, realizing you now have a deep connection to the embodiment of self-healing, starting to feel self-empowered and ready to actively stand in your power and take on a leading role as a conscious creator. You're doing great. The next 3 points represent the second chamber of the heart chakra. They are all pink doorways, which represent the pink ray. The second chamber is all about stimulating the emotion of unconditional love. As you walk through to each doorway, you will open your heart up to the possibility of self-mastery. As you walk through to each doorway, you will open your heart up to the possibility of evolving your consciousness, beginning to work on raising your frequency and vibration to work with your light body, otherwise known as your Merkaba. As we move through the doorways, we continue healing and spiritually evolving, open to mastering your upper self. You begin to fully engage with the part of you that gives you true direction, meaning, and purpose, ultimately anchoring in the ability to evolve and ascend to higher levels of consciousness, bringing in your creative, psychic, and spiritual gifts and talents, which will enable you to channel universal frequencies that create more profound healing responses in yourself and others. Step over to the first pink doorway. This is the doorway to help you begin to fully engage with the part of you that gives you true direction. In a moment, I will count down from 3 down to 1. When I get to the number 1, you will have unlocked this doorway to your true direction. 3. Place the key in the lock. 2. Turn the key. 1. Open the door and walk through, realizing you now understand your evolution of true direction. Your light body is activating to help you take control of your destiny as a conscious creator for yourself and others. Now, step over to the second pink doorway. This is the doorway to help you begin to fully engage with the part of you that gives you true meaning. In a moment, I will count down from 3 down to 1. When I get to the number 1, you will have unlocked this doorway to your true meaning. 3. Place the key in the lock. 2. Turn the key. 1. Open the door and walk through, realizing you now understand your evolution of true meaning. Your light body is activating to help you take control of your destiny as a conscious creator for yourself and others. You're doing great. Now step over to the third pink doorway. This is the doorway to help you begin to fully engage with the part of you that gives you true purpose. In a moment, I will count down from 3 down to 1, and when I get to the number 1, you will have unlocked this doorway to your true purpose. 3. Place the key in the lock. 2. Turn the key. 1. Open the door and walk through, realizing you now understand your evolution, your soul's true purpose. Your gifts and talents unique to you are activating to help you take control of your destiny as a conscious creator for yourself and others. Doing great. The next 3 points represent the third chamber of the heart chakra. They are all blue doorways which represent the blue ray. The third chamber is all about stimulating the emotion of compassion. As you walk through to each doorway, you will open your heart up to the possibility of living in service to humanity. As you walk through to each doorway, you will open your heart up to the possibility embodying your mastery with your frequency and vibration of light body fully online and utilizing your Merkaba technology. Therefore, living a higher, more multidimensional existence as a global teacher and instrument of light. As we move through the doorways, we continue healing and spiritually evolving. Open to mastery your higher chakras. You begin to fully engage with the part of you that works closely with the dimensions of your Christ body and consciousness, ultimately anchoring in the 5 higher chakras, bringing in your creative, psychic, and spiritual gifts and talents to help others create positive change in the world, which will enable to assist humanity to ascend to a higher level of existence. You will become a change agent for positive changes to our society and teach others how to do the same. Step over to the first blue door. This is the doorway to help you begin to fully engage and master your Merkaba technology. In a moment, I will count down from 3 down to 1. When I get to the number 1, you will have unlocked this doorway to fully embody astral travel into other dimensions and realms for the purpose of creating real change in your world. 3. Place the key in the lock. 2. Turn the key. 1. Open the door and walk through, realizing you now have the ability to travel to other dimensions and learn technology to help humanity evolve, allowing you to create spiritual tools for the future to help you take control of your destiny and become a positive change agent as a conscious creator for yourself and others. Now step over to the second blue doorway. This is the doorway to help you begin to fully embody being a multidimensional being of light. In a moment, I will count down from 3 down to 1. When I get to the number 1, you will have unlocked this doorway to fully embody and be a multidimensional being of light. 3. Place the key in the lock. 2. Turn the key. 1. Open the door and walk through, realizing you now have the ability to vibrate at an extremely high level, allowing you to create spiritual tools for the future to help you take control of your destiny and become a positive change agent as a conscious creator for yourself and others. You're doing great. Step over to the third blue doorway. This is the doorway to help you begin to fully master Christ's consciousness. In a moment, I will count down from 3 down to 1. When I get to the number 1, you will have unlocked this doorway to fully embody Christ's consciousness. 3. Place the key in the lock. 2. Turn the key. 1. Open the door and walk through, realizing you now have the ability to vibrate at an extremely high level and hold the Christ body in physical form, allowing you to create spiritual tools for the future to help you take control of your destiny and become a positive change agent as a conscious creator for yourself and others. You did it. You unlocked your heart completely. Now that you have unlocked your heart, the tree of life grid begins to spin, and while it spins, it becomes you. Watching it spin and little orbs of light twinkle around you until your body begins to tingle. You know you will never be the same, as you can never go back to the old you, as you are totally and fully self-empowered. Your heart is open, ready to create your destiny, knowing you can make a difference in your world, and anything and everything is possible. It's time to shoot for the stars and create the most wonderful, magical life, knowing you are a multidimensional being of light and a change agent for humanity. Let's take a moment to thank your spiritual team and higher self for this amazing experience. And when you're ready, come back to the room you are in, feeling your body as you begin to stretch out. Open your eyes, wiggle your fingers and toes, and notice how good you feel, feeling better than you have in a very long time.